Shall we start this shindig?
Yeah, let's start.
You ready? Oh, hey, I need music.
Mrs. Getz is now teaching English. Oh, no.
That's interesting. Okay.
We should get Mrs. Getz on here. We should have Jim Getz and Mrs. Getz and have them fight it out.
Perhaps.
Dude, let's turn this into the modern day podcast.
Neither of us
Frankly,
are
we get-
anywhere close to modern day anymore.
Frankly, we get more viewers, though.
Probably. We can try to relate it more to that somehow. Alright, let's get this going. Well,
Let's go.
we're still young.
Make sure the music isn't too loud or too soft this time.
How's that? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tech Talk Tonight, episode number 10. We're in the double digits, or binary 2, whichever you prefer. And yes, I just used that joke, but we're recording now, so here we are. I'm here with my co-host, Gavin Ray Camper.
Hello, everyone.
All the way up
Thank
in-
you for having the music at the correct levels for the first time in 10 episodes. I'm so proud of you, Brayden.
Hey, I do what I can. And here in studio is a second camera of me. That's all I got. My bad.
I thought we actually had a person.
Yeah, that would have been cool had I, just kept them from you this whole time.
That would freak me out. If you actually had Jim Getz, that would be awesome.
I am feverishly working away on a DIY project. Before that, though, one of the best parts I was told of our last show, besides the suits, was the actual face I made when drinking the straight whiskey.
Yes, that was... No. It was the face you made while it was, freaking out 2 episodes ago.
Well, that was what Katie liked. My mother actually told me about the whiskey. So, here we go.
What, your mom was watching?
My mother watches this. So,
Hi, Betty.
watch your content there. Crap. Gavin.
Hi, Betty. Hi, Wayne.
Alright, so to top the whiskey, I would like to thank my father-in-law for this beer. It was put in our outside garage refrigerator July 2009.
Don't drink it. That's dangerous.
Is it this really dangerous? Born on date July 09. 03.
No, can't... I've always wondered this. Can't beer be dangerous? Because it's got yeast in it, doesn't it?
Why would it be dangerous?
Well, I mean, yeast can, grow and, it's like yogurt. If you eat yogurt when the yeast has freaked out, it's dangerous. I don't know. I'm just BSing here.
Alright, so this could potentially harm me. Bottoms up.
Goat says you'll get a yeast infection.
Excellent. I don't like Bush to begin with.
Goats, how'd I miss that joke?
It's not altogether skunky. Yeah, so we'll be working on that throughout the episode.
That's just how Bush tastes.
It could
not-
be. It really
It's not
doesn't
the
taste
2-year-old
that skunky.
taste. That's how it actually tastes.
This actually, the aging process might have been an improvement. Who knows? Maybe that's the problem with Bush beer. They don't age their yeast enough, and it's actually killing everybody. Slowly.
Probably so.
Probably. So, Gavin, we normally have our little shindig podcast thingy that we're doing here on Wednesday nights. But we moved it over to Thursday now. Mostly because of my class, but really I didn't have a class this week, but it just worked out with us. But yesterday, there was this big announcement. What was this big announcement, Gavin?
So, Apple had called about 250 of their reporters who freak out whenever Apple has an announcement, and they all went to Cupertino, California, and Apple announced a few new hardware items. Now, what were they, Brayden? They were one was a new MacBook Air. Whoop-de-doo.
Two new MacBook Airs. The big thing...
Whoop-de-doo.
Well, okay. Price point $999 though. First MacBook Air to break the $99 point. They did have just the plain plastic MacBook, but now they have the full metal, solid body aluminum, tinier than the screwdriver.
You just say full metal solid?
Yes, Full Metal Solid as opposed to Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Right.
You meant. I don't watch movies.
I'm aware. But Home Alone 2, you're my guy.
Home Alone 2, I'm all over that.
So we have the new MacBook Airs, 2 of them. That's the
You
only...
also have a new operating system that you'll probably have to pay out the butt for.
Not if you've purchased a Mac in the past...
2 weeks.
Yeah, something like that. I think it's 2 months, actually.
No, that's actually a interesting point, the difference between Windows and Mac people. How Windows, you'll have people sometimes update. A lot of people are still on Windows XP, frankly. But Mac people pretty much, even though they have to pay for the update, almost everyone does the update if they can.
Right. That's not everybody. Like, okay,
yes,
so
everybody, like 98%.
we're big followers of Leo Laporte, and when they were announcing the whole thing, they announced FaceTime, another announcement that they did yesterday, and Leo wasn't able to run FaceTime on the Mac because he only had Leopard running. So he didn't update on at least some of his computers.
Well, he will eventually. He's a bandwagon
Mac nut.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Mac person, Mac head.
That's what he is. It's true. A bunch of us are.
So are you going to be buying some of this stuff?
They didn't really announce anything in Lion that I'm really want, to be honest. Mission Control is something they're calling in it, which it combines.
Whoa, that's cool.
It combines 4 different things. What are the 4 different things now? Basically, it's just different ways to view apps. You got full screen apps. You got... Crap, I can't think of the names of the things right now. I guess it's really not that important. But
We really don't know anything about this.
it's
do we?
true. We don't know anything because it didn't really interest us. It was kind of a big whoop-de-whoop. That's what I was thinking. Now, if they had announced touchscreen going to all the MacBooks and the iMac and stuff, then I would have been more excited because I think if I could have a huge 30-inch touchscreen that I could edit movies on and be able to touch the timeline and slash at it when I want to cut
Would
it.
you really touch your laptop, though? Like,
Yeah.
you have to, like, reach over the keyboard? I think that's, like, a weird use case. Like, you've got your laptop and it's sitting in your lap and suddenly you start, like, touching the screen. A, that freaks me out because I don't like to have fingerprints on my screen. And B, it's just something that... I mean, I could see a convertible tablet, maybe, where you've got your laptop and you flip it around and put it down and then you've got a tablet, but...
Well, how about this? How about replace the entire keyboard with a screen and you do all your touching and stuff right there? I don't know. Maybe make me an iMac that folds down, and there's no more keyboard with it. And I can just touch it, but use full blown Lion OS 10, the latest version of OS 10.
What if it's like a freaking thin laptop, but like when you close it, like the top of it, like basically behind the screen, that's a tablet. It's like a laptop plus iPad hybrid.
I could go for that. I don't think Mac's not going to do that though. They kind of basically came out directly and said this touching the screen doesn't work. Yet that's what they're doing with their iPad, and they're like the real way to do multi-gestures and touchscreen stuff is with the trackpad. Okay, that's the way they're going to go. They'll eventually come around to something different and redesign everything again. I don't know. It wasn't a huge announcement for me.
The $99 one, the $999 Air is basically the Mac, what are we calling them? The little crappy laptops.
The MacBook.
Netbook.
Oh, netbook. Yeah.
It's
netbook.
the Apple Netbook is what it is. And the Apple Netbook costs $999 because Mac is expensive. But that's what you're going to get, and that's the closest Mac is ever going to get to a netbook.
I'll agree with that. And I think I don't think they would refute that it's a netbook. I mean, they'll call it magical and a whole bunch of other things, but it is what it is. All right, so you're clicking away there. What's going on?
Can you hear me typing?
Yes, I can.
I'm participating in the chat room, clearly.
Excellent. Chat room, I love you. I should pay more attention to you. All right, so maybe this other camera angle. So this is one of the things I've been working on. We'll go into our little DIY talk. If we want to go back to Apple, that's fine, but This is actually, if you've been watching the live screen, and I've been streaming since I don't know how long now, but I've been working on this guy for a couple days now. It was a Nerf Maverick N-Strike, but I wanted to repaint it and add a couple new features, like flashlight and laser sight, which is kind of hard to see with the camera, but that's that. And
So what are you going to use that for?
Okay, so Halloween's coming up, and Andrea's a school teacher here, real close in town, and kind of in prime territory to be TP'd. That's what I'm thinking.
Wait, who are you TPing? Sorry, I was typing.
No, not me TPing. Them coming to TPS. Like, you know. So, I don't know.
Did you TP your teachers when you were a kid, Brendan?
I wish I had. I really enjoy the act of TPing, but I've been on one TPing trip, and it was a very failed attempt.
Dude, I feel like geeks never TP.
But if you had
I've
the
never
chance,
ever
would
TP'd
you?
anyone.
If you had the chance, would you?
No.
No? You don't think it would be fun?
I think it's mean. Like, you're, like, making them pick that stuff up. I would, like, if I TP'd someone, I would probably, like, go back the next day and, like, help them pick it up.
Okay, I can see that. I actually did one worse unintentionally, or I was told so. So, in Breeze, they have it's a Christmas parade. They have a Christmas parade every, Christmas.
Oh, yeah,
and
it's classic.
Indeed. I was on the float for the Clinton County Showcase, and we had used the glitter cannon in the show over the summer, so we used it on the float. Well, I was normally shooting it in the street until we passed the house of somebody we knew. So I aimed the glitter or confetti cannon, whatever you want to call it, at them over in their yard and stuff.
That's awesome.
It took them forever, or a couple months, to get all of the confetti and crap out of their lawn. Their lawn was sparkly for those 2 months, they told me.
Well, are they actually one of those types of people who, like, actually care about their lawn? Because then it was probably bad.
They have a really nice house, so I think they would. But
like, some people would just, like, leave it, like, be like, nah, the rain will take care of it in 2 years. But some people really freak out about that kind of
stuff. Not when it's
plastic.
That thing, unless it's the Sun Chips bag, it's not going to biodegrade.
Did you see that on The Onion?
Yes. No, I didn't. But they're getting
rid
of the bag.
They wrote an article about how, like, the title was like, Sun Chips changing back to non-crinkly bag because people are annoyed.
Well, that's the truth, though.
Wait, that's actually the truth?
Yeah.
No.
They're switching back. All of their bags except the Sun Chips original are switching back to the older bags because people are complaining too much about the noise. And that's
hilarious. I thought that was a joke.
No, they're going back to the drawing board and they're going to come up with something that's not as noisy for them to sell their chips in. But if you still want the noisy bag, get the original Sun Chips. That's the only one that they're keeping there. So
I kind of like the noisy bag. It keeps it lets people know I'm coming.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a pre-warning. They hear the chip bag and they're like, "Oh, that's Gavin coming down the road."
All right, we're gonna try out this laser sight because this is going pretty well. Ooh! Oh, hit the TV behind it. Ah!
Wow. Okay, what other home projects have you had?
Alright, so we had the Nerf gun. I do have other things here. Let's go to this camera. This might get interesting with headphones.
Now that Brayden can't hear me, I'm going to apologize to... Oh, now he can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Nothing.
So I had to build this thing. Which, it doesn't look like much, but...
It looks some medieval torture device.
It could be. Or it could fit around the base of the tripod on my jib arm behind me here. So the feet don't give out on me while I'm trying to move an expensive camera around. So that's DIY project number 2. And, all this was PVC pipe glued together, a couple wire fit tie things at the end. Did this with the little holes there with this saw and a razor blade. So that's going to fit around the base. And
So what are you going to use this jib arm for?
oh, well, that gets us into a whole nother topic. This weekend is the National Film Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
We have another 48 hours to finish, or to write, produce, and film, and edit all of the above, and make a film this weekend.
So who are you actually conning in to do that with you this year?
Everybody. Aren't you coming down?
What was that?
Won't you be here at 7 o'clock tomorrow night?
Oh, yeah.
You better be. Actually, I believe we will live stream that as well. We'll do like a special Slimcast or something, and we'll live stream us getting our topic and stuff and see how that goes.
Dude, you should. I'm going to be
fun.
down at University of Illinois for their 100th homecoming celebrations, but we'll definitely tune it in if we're around.
That's cool. I heard you had some flash mobbing going on up there.
Yeah, I wasn't involved, but I don't even know how they got to do that. I was in a class one time at University of Illinois that, like, the teacher was like, oh, let's go have a flash mob. So she basically, like, just took our class to the quad and, like, we did some stupid thing. But I'm like, that's not a flash mob. A flash mob is, like, random people coming together. You can't just tell your class to go somewhere and call it a flash mob.
No, I agree with that. But still, it was a flash mob in the fact that you were a mob. I don't know if you were flashing, but I don't know. I have no idea.
We were,
where
like,
I'm going with
dancing
this.
or... No, we just, like, stood there and didn't move for, like, 5 minutes or something.
You just stood in the quad?
Yeah. We, like, weren't allowed to move. But I left out early because I had a class and it was more important.
Yeah, that's understandable. I do have a couple more DIY crap that I'm doing around here. These nozzles are the first step in a project I wanted to do. This came from Film Riot, actually. It was to make an apparatus to make it look like it's raining. So basically, I have PVC pipe at my parents' house that fits over top this. And basically you just glue that inside the PVC pipe, hook up your hose to this, then down a length of PVC pipe, you drill random holes throughout, and then you simulate rain. So
Make it rain, right?
Exactly.
Make it rain.
That's the song they used on Film Riot. So if we needed to make some sort of weather effect, which I think would be a pretty cool effect for the actual, film challenging thing that we're doing. Hello, new person in chat room with very long name.
I just said welcome to them.
You didn't uncapitalize. Oh, that reminds me. Tomorrow...
I can't copy and paste.
Okay. Either way, this made me think of it. Tomorrow is all caps day. Did you hear about this?
No, wait, tomorrow?
Tomorrow is all
This
caps
is so exciting.
day. And
Okay, tell me about it.
It could be... Is it the 1 year anniversary of Billy Mays' death? Because I think it is. Either way, I'm pretty sure...
Did he die?
You didn't know Billy Mays died?
That's so sad.
The OxyClean and, the salesperson guy. Yeah, he died, I think, a year ago tomorrow, which is why they're making it all caps day. I found out from the Pirate Bay. It's already tomorrow in Sweden or wherever they're from. And
Wait, no. Dig says it's June 28th.
June 28th? When he died or all caps day?
All caps day.
Go to thepiratebay.org.
Dude, the Pirate Bay doesn't know.
It's on their masthead thing. I'm going off of what they say, and only writing in caps tomorrow.
Dude,
I will
the Chicago
shout the
Tribune
entire
says
time.
it's in June. That's a legit news source.
Fine. I was
Here,
excited about
Getz
it.
is giving us a...
Wikipedia article?
June 28th is when he died.
Okay.
Why would it be tomorrow?
I don't know.
I think you have a... Well, I mean, you can all caps if you want, Braden. I mean, I don't care. I'm not your coworker getting your emails.
I don't email that many people. Right now, on the Pirate Day, it says, today is International Caps Lock Day. Go ahead, hit that button. It's okay. October 22nd and June 28th is International Caps Lock Day. Self-proclaimed official homepage of Caps Lock Day. November.
Why is it October 27th? Tomorrow is not October 27th.
October
Tomorrow's October
22nd.
22nd.
2-2. And June 28th. It says it right here. It's at capslockday.com.
Yeah, Goats was all over you in the chat room. He beat you on that one.
I didn't see. Caps Lock Day, yeah. And then it posts the picture of Caps Lock 80 billion times. Their site is awesome, by the way. Straight out of the 90s.
Wow. This is a horrible website. I love the Santa. Who is that?
I don't know. It's Black Santa.
Black Santa. Days till Caps Lock Day.
I can show everybody this.
We can't read.
We can't read
Any
it,
of
but
this inappropriate.
Here's October 22nd, June 28th, International Caps Lock Day.
Wait, you can show the screen while we're still talking now?
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
I can do stuff like that now. Caps Lock, Caps Lock, Caps Lock. There's Black Santa. You can read what it says.
Why is that on this page?
I have no idea. So I should actually load up our next story on here, too, Oh, yep. So that's that.
Okay, so I'm going to talk in all caps tomorrow, and my coworkers shouldn't really... They should all know.
Right.
I'll send it to my clients. I'll send emails to my clients in all caps.
And you should probably put a link to allcapsday.com, just so they know what you're talking about. Don't you think?
Oh, no. I was just thinking of offending them. It's probably wise, don't you think?
Probably. That's
Okay.
what we should normally do. So who's your favorite, late night talk show host there, Gavin?
I think that would be Jimmy Kimmel.
What? All right. Way to ruin everything. So we got... That's the wrong one.
No. And he's going to be back November 8th. It's huge.
18
Team Coco.
days, 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 56 seconds. So what they've been doing, and it ended earlier this morning, they had a live stream going, just like we're doing now with, right here with me and, Gavin. We're here. Live streaming. Well, they did it for 24 hours straight, and while, we are loads of fun, they are even more fun. But, they were fun at times. I watched an empty hallway for quite a bit of the day, to be honest. So, you can, they took pictures. This kind of gives you the best shot of what you saw all day. It's the stairwell where it was pretty busy, and people were just coming and going like normal everyday stuff, but then they had, actual events planned. They started off with aerobics. We had La Bamba putting together a puzzle.
Wait, aerobics?
Yes, aerobics was the first thing they did. 80s aerobics session. I saw La Bamba at very first when I turned on, but then when I actually got to watch it for a while was this skit here where the guy stood there and read Shakespeare, and I saw the first Conan sighting here. Now here's the real question.
I love the live Conan cam thing they put at the beginning.
Before the palace of Antioch.
Can you hear that, Gavin? I think they
Yes.
can hear it out there.
This is what Garner says.
And if you look right here, somebody finally came and read what this says. It basically says,
Assuming man's infirmities,
it's work-related injuries done by raptors, and it started off with 2 days, and then finally a couple minutes later the guy comes back out and replaces the post-it note with 0 days. So this guy basically just sits here and reads Shakespeare for about an hour.
Wow.
And then he switches over to Conan the Barbarian book, and people were tweeting and Facebooking in different passages to read and everything. So we'll let him talk. Some of the other ones, so that's another picture of him. The Dancing Taco, I saw a little bit of this. It got old real quick. I didn't see the staring contest, but that's kind of funny. I saw them setting up for Punishment Bingo, but then had to leave. Got a guy singing. He did some sort of portrait, I guess, there. Here's our second Conan actual sighting. And then later in the night, I finally saw. Oh, we got a bunch of like guest appearances here, and here's some sort of
Heaven had lent her all
champion.
How many
of the
people do you
world.
think they had watched this?
I bet dozens. I don't know, more than dozens. More than we have right now, I'm sure. Although we have
Dude,
9
they
viewers.
probably had hundreds of thousands, don't you think?
I would think. I'd be interested to know. So yeah, so this picture's kind of disturbing. I saw him painting this last night. It was kind of ridiculous.
Whoa, that's inappropriate.
Yeah, pretty much. Pie eating contest, playing poker. That'd be funny. But yeah, it was good times. It was all in fun. A zombie attack. That's pretty funny.
So you're going to start doing this?
All
Gonna
the
live
time.
stream your life?
Why not? Puppets.
Isn't that how Justin TV started?
Yes. It's I don't know his first name was Justin, but he built some sort of apparatus to stream live video. It was attached to his hat.
Yeah.
Where is that book? I have a book.
And
that
now it's a
describes how
live
to make
video
it do
type
it.
thing. It's very weird.
Right. I think he eventually sold the site and, does this now to where he allows us to stream out and do all that kind of fun stuff.
How's that bush treating you?
It's not horrible. I could drink it.
That's the biggest compliment that anyone's ever given to Bush.
I could drink
It's
another.
not horrible. I can drink it.
This one's a little bit more skunkier. Just a little. I figured they all be a little bit different.
Dude, one of my first ever... probably not one of my first ever. I forget when we drank these, but we went somewhere around St. Louis, and me and Doug and Nathan got Heinekens. They're the skunkiest thing I've ever drank in my life.
I also have a Heineken story, and you can take this however you want, but the first legal beer I drank, I believe at the age of 19, but I was in Canada, where the drinking age is 18. We were on a trip in
No
Canada.
way.
Yes. Somebody, chat room, help me out.
Is it really 18?
Legal
in
drinking
Canada?
age in Canada is
I
18.
thought it was like 18 in Europe. But Canada is
See?
basically just the United States.
They're saying yes.
Yeah, who's
It doesn't matter. He agrees with me.
Depends on the province, lady says.
Oh. Well, it was the one with Well, wait. Was it the one with Niagara Falls? We started off with Niagara Falls.
Was this a CYO trip?
No, it was just a family trip.
Oh.
And it was like at a fast food restaurant, too. I had like a burger and a Heineken. And Heineken was like the only beer they had, too. And it was pretty bad, if I remember right.
Was it skunky?
Yeah. Of course.
I mean, Heineken is skunky already, but I think the ones we drank were like 4 years old, so it was probably worse.
Oh. But you're yelling at me for drinking your old beer.
No, I mean, I didn't know it was old, but
Oh.
like they served them to us and we're like, we haven't had much beer before, but we're pretty sure these are bad.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were just bad. I mean, maybe they were fine. Maybe that's how it is. I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's what we should do. That should be our new podcast idea. Just have people come and give drinking stories. That would be popular.
And maybe illegal at times.
Well, we would have to put a disclaimer.
Nothing we're saying is true, based on a real-life true story. Here we are with drinking stories from the Getzes.
Also, drink reviews. That's a good idea, guys. We could have a new beer every... But that's been done.
Yeah,
hasn't
like
it?
nobody's done that before. They don't do it anymore. That's how Dignation started, a very popular video podcast. They don't do it live, though. So,
Well, Wine Library TV does wine.
yeah.
Does anyone do beer? I'm sure there's some sort of beer
He
video
has
podcast
done
out
beer
there.
before. Gary Vaynerchuk. There was a podcast that was like one of the starter-ups with Revision Free for a while called Bottles, Brews, and something or another. And it had promise. They were going to do like 3 different drinks every podcast. And one was going to be alcoholic, one was going to be a soda, one was going to be something completely ridiculous. And then, like, their second or third episode, they did ski on it. And he called it Mountain Dew. Never watched it again.
Ski podcast. That's what we're also going to
The
do.
ski podcast would be awesome. We'll just
We're
start
going to
our
get Joe Henkin on here. This is going to be huge.
Hinken should start up the ski podcast, and we should just help him along.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Okay, we'll do it. He'll just Skype in. He'll be like the.
I can actually play producer
This
then.
Week in Law of Braden's podcast network.
We could do that. I'd be all for that. All right.
Anyway, is that all we got?
I think so. I thought I had more.
They're sending
DIY
us
stuff.
links in the chat room.
What we
Apparently,
got?
beer does go bad or it doesn't go bad. I don't know.
Were you wondering.com. Does beer go bad? Interesting.
There's a lot of text. I can't read it. I'm not a fast reader.
Enemy number 1, sunlight. I knew that. Sunlight. That's why bottles are brown, to reflect or to let less sunlight in. And also, some beers have bottled beer. I'm talking now. The cardboard goes up further on the bottle. Sam Adams specifically does this, and that's to protect against sunlight too. Let's see. Next thing on here is temperature change. And that's kind of hard to read on the live stream, so let me just kind of go through it. Temperature change, bacteria, air, low alcohol content is bad for beer. Darker beers with higher alcohol levels are often brewed at a higher temperature with a greater participation of darker malt. I didn't know that. It's interesting. How long will beer taste good? Regular beer will last about 6 weeks in normal conditions. If you treat it carefully, keep it cool and out of sunlight. Okay. This is not 6 weeks. Yeah. There's some good stuff.
All right, beer podcast next week.
Beer podcast. No, we're doing
Slashing the text.
We're doing Halloween next week.
Oh yeah. So chat room, what should I be for Halloween? I need some ideas.
Yeah, there we go. Give Gavin your Halloween IDs.
I mean, I
Yes.
have one idea.
What's the one idea?
One idea that some people have told me they want me to do is dress up as a Catholic schoolgirl.
That could be creepy.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, chat room. What else do you got?
No one's listening.
You could be a podcaster.
They're all drunk.
We have 14 viewers, dude.
No, 11.
Oh. My monitor's dirty. You're right.
Wow, you really can't read that.
It's all the way
Gets,
over
I'm
there.
already 85, so 35 is like young. That'd be too tough. I'd have to like, take Botox. Something.
Let's see. Do you know who Riff Raff is?
Nope. He sounds like a rapper. Riff Raff.
Okay. I'm kind of sad to say this, but do you watch Glee?
No.
Okay.
I do like their songs, though. They're pretty good. I think I have lots of them downloaded.
Glee for Halloween is doing the music of Rocky Horror Picture Show. Have you ever seen this movie?
No, but I saw a poster for, like, an advertisement for that.
Well, the Riff Raff is one of the characters from Rocky Horror Picture Show who is pretty much bald. He has, like, long hair in the very back.
Hey, it's like me.
Yeah, so, you know, you can pull it off. You just need, like, a dark butler outfit with a hump, which I'm also going to have a hump. So, you know, we could do the hump podcast.
I feel like Glee costumes are going to be a dime a dozen, though, this Halloween. Everyone's going to be Glee.
How do you dress like Glee, though?
I don't know, but Glee is really popular, isn't it?
I understand, but I don't know how you specifically would dress like them. Because they're
You dress like one of the characters.
But they're high school students. They're just wearing high school clothes all the time. You could
All
get
the better.
You could get the cheerleader outfit or whatever the girls wear all the time. And yeah, I'm admitting I've seen Glee before by saying all this.
That's so embarrassing.
Wait, have you seen the
Practically
GQ pictures of the 3 people from Glee? Never mind. You could dress
Let's
in
get
your
out.
underwear.
Let's stop this.
All right, fine. No more Glee podcast. My bad. Back to the task at hand. What are you going to be for Halloween?
Well, I mean, at this point, it might be a Catholic schoolgirl.
What do you have for that outfit?
Well, I have a push-up bra.
Seriously?
No.
I'm serious. What do you have?
Look at me.
What do we have to work with that we can make a costume out of?
Look at me. I'm flatter than...
That's
I'm
fine.
flatter than
You
a
could actually go
breadboard.
get a bra and put something in it.
I might.
I
We'll
think
see.
you would have to pull the outfit off.
I've been Abraham Lincoln in the past. That's my go-to.
My cousin is being Abraham Lincoln. He has the beard
He's a
already
cop
for
here.
it. Well, okay, do
Is he gonna
this.
pay me?
Have you heard of the series of books that's out right now? They did Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Yeah.
The second one.
Abraham Lincoln Murder.
No, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
I read that.
That's who you need to be.
Oh, I should. I can get the thing and have axes. Did you read the book? He has like axes and like lights in his coat, and then he dies.
I have not read the book, but I want to. It's at Walmart right now.
Well, I guess
might
that just
pick it up.
ruined it.
Well, I figured he dies because he does die in real life.
Let me just say,
And it's
wait,
based
is anyone
off of his
actually going to
own-
read it? Are you actually going to read it?
I seriously want to. I still have
Okay.
Fahrenheit 9/11 upstairs to not 9/11, not Fahrenheit 9/11, Fahrenheit 451, which I read today. Fahrenheit 451 is the wrong title for the book, in the fact that paper does not burn at 451 Fahrenheit. It burns at 450 Celsius. Just an interesting tidbit. And the actual book itself, Ray Bradbury didn't want the whole book to really be about censorship. His point that he was trying to get across was TV is killing books.
TV is killing books.
Yes. Well, but that's
That's
what
true.
Ray
So
Bradbury
is the
was
internet.
trying to say I don't know what year it was wrote in, all back so many years. A very famous science fiction writer, Ray Bradbury, hates technology. That's what I learned today.
Okay, so just to finish out this conversation, did you see the link gets posted in the chat room? It's a breathalyzer costume.
I've seen this before. I do believe...
Slightly inappropriate.
Yes. There were actually people, not my class, the class above me, getting in trouble for writing this kind of stuff on their modern-day T-shirts.
Wait, what?
They basically wrote breathalyzer test here and put arrows on their T-shirt.
Who? At Modern Day?
Yes.
Those Modern Day kids nowadays,
I
they're
tell you.
crazy. It's not like when we were
Not
there
nowadays, back in the day.
Back in the day.
Right.
We better end this thing, Braden.
I think so. We have run way over, probably. So, with that, I want to thank everybody for joining us in the chat room and listening in and watching and all that fun stuff.
Okay, I have the final word. Someone said I should be a stripper pole. That's a good one.
The stripper
I'm
pole.
gonna do that.
Interesting. Does Katie approve? Goodbye, everybody. Is Katie still around?